Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. How you doing? Did y'all survive Thanksgiving? So glad to be here tonight. If you're new to my channel, my name is Evelyn. I am an international fashion designer, and I have built a empire sewing on a Walmart sewing machine. So if you want to be inspired, this is the channel for you. All right. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. Okay. I just left the radio station, so I apologize because they called me. If you look at that short, I literally drove to the radio station, did the interview, and came right back, right back here. So I want to welcome you all to the channel tonight. And if you're just coming on, especially those over on the West Coast and those overseas, this gave you a little bit more time to come on, but we are here. I'm gonna give a few minutes and then I'm gonna do roll call because I missed somebody last week and I don't like to miss anybody who is a member of this channel. I must say it's been a pleasure and a blessing, and I'm grateful for everybody, the subscribers and the members. Okay, so we're gonna do roll call in a minute, and I'm gonna get busy. While they're coming on, I'm gonna step over and make sure I have enough water because I'm gonna get through tonight. Okay, I didn't get to make an outfit today because I was actually making a ball gown room, a ball dress today. So I didn't have that 10 minutes to make a dress for me to wear tonight. So I got on my, you know what they say, your dungarees. I got it on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's some roll call tonight. These are people actually who have actually sowed a seed into me as a member, as a inspiration to helping bring what they want to come to life. Okay. So if you want to be a member, I like you to be a member. I would love for you to be a member because when you become a member, that means you put some skin in it. And the levels I think right now start at $3.99. One member said, that's a couple of cents a day, But I want you to know that if you want to be a member, I would love for you to be a member of this wonderful YouTube platform and channel. Now, these are our members. These are our what we call bad to the bone members. These are our members, okay? Here we go. Barbara Gary, thank you. Miss T from the SIP, thank you. Blessings 247, I love it. Donna Marshall, Shamara Customs, Terry Love, Constance Clinton, C.W. Wardrobe, Miriam, Yana Hodgepodge, Pink Pizzazz Boutique, Jackie Gurley, Yvette Batchman, Laura Farr, Sonia Harden, Linda Brown, Brenda Stepney, Florence Bayabo, Pierre Ansini, that's a nice name, Kim, Alessandra Hart, Newly Refined Designs Company, Vanessa Parnell, Sassy Rebel, Miss Kathy, Linda C. Payne, Gailey Jones, Ngozi DeBerry, Logan Style. I'm gonna get that. Logan Style. Cynthia Brewer, Vet MCC Cray, Foreign Grace, Renee Saladin, Shelley Neal, Tatween Agilder, Patricia 1546, Gwendolyn Member Starves, Yolanda Tuma, Awanda Brown. I missed you last week, Awanda. I apologize. I really appreciate you. I'm going to say her name again. Awanda Brown. Honda Marie Blessings, Liz Wilson, Mary Jones, NY4L, Lab 59, Char, Char, Lab 59, Char, Char, Lab 59, 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 L Soul Beyond Bohemian, Learline Rockingham, Learline Rockingham, Soul Pearl Creations, Bernice Thompson, Jean Robinson, Valerie Lingo, and Mona Lisa. So if I called your name and if I didn't say it right, what I want you to do is I want you to write it out how it sounds so I can get it correct because I really want to say your name correctly. Okay. So if I messed up your name and it didn't say it the way it should sound, then just say this is how you say my name and I'll make sure I get it right. So tonight is a special night because we got some new people watching tonight that came in the store this week and they want to see what we're doing and they want to see how we get it done. And I'm just happy that they're coming. I'm happy that they're coming along. And for those who just saw me on the radio live, I just came on live from the radio station here in the Orlando area. They wanted to talk about the book. I actually thought that they were calling me down to talk to the kids because there's a big kidpreneur program on the radio. And usually I get to see all the kids from different parts of the United States and I get to answer questions from what they're dealing with. Okay, but I didn't do that. It was a surprise to say, "We heard about your book. Come talk about the book. Let's read the first chapter." So I'm plugging the membership and I'm plugging the book is Evelyn's Creations Bootcamp. 12 chapters, 120 pages. If you've ordered it, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm doing a 30-day campaign, pre-ordering the book because I don't want to sell out as soon as I get the book. And if you pre-order it, you get a special gift and you get it signed. Okay, so it's a 12 chapter book. And the book is like when you go into the chapters, you see what you want help with first. And it's a workbook and you identify exactly where you want to be. And that's how you work this book. It's 12 chapters. You need every chapter. But right now you might want to say, how do I get paid? How do I price something? How do I do this? So it's great. You got to get it. It's got to get it. So anyway, that's what I was doing tonight. Tonight, the topic is it's called Adapt and Overcome. Adapt and overcome. The reason that it's adapt and overcome is because a lot of people want to do things that they've done before and it's not working. Um, and it's discouraging. Okay, it's discouraging for you to be in a situation and you are. I don't know why this light is just kind of like dancing with us tonight. So come on, girlfriend, I like that. But anyway, adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome. That is going along with Evelyn's Creation Bootcamp. If you are a veteran, you know that comes from the Marines. And the reason that I do everything now in a military form is because you got to get serious about your business, about your life, about your health, about your finances, about your personal relationships. I mean, you got to really get serious about moving forward with this administration, with the shutdown for 40 days. We can't come up slacking. So it's like everything is lining up. Everything is lining up just right. Okay, I'm going to tie this back to sewing. Most of you are coming here on sewing tips, but the foundation has to be set. And the channel is with the niche of sewing, crocheting, embroidering, art, fashion, hats. That's mostly my people on this channel is a niche, but anybody can learn from this channel. So wherever you're going from, whatever you're doing, whatever inspires you, you can learn from this channel, and you definitely can learn from the book. So adapt and overcoming, just bear with the lights because they got their own dance tonight. But when you adapt and overcome, you make a way out of no way. Okay. Now there's a young lady that's on tonight, and she is I'm gonna say she's the type of person. She's not a member yet. She's just checking us out. But I fed her vibe. She found me online, Googled the store, and she told me all the ways she sew. And I'm gonna use her an example. She says she has to measure everything. She has to use a ruler on everything. She has to pre-wash all her fabrics. She has to, in other words, she is a fanatic with precise sewing. Okay. And then she also expressed to me that she has a problem like making deadlines or fitting people in for schedules. So she has a full-time job, but she really loves sewing and she loves creating. So she came in the store and and she bought a few things and I blessed her with some fabric because I wanted to change her thought process. I wanted her to do something different. I wanted her to make some money. She also shared to me that she was financially needed some money. Like who don't need money? Tell me somebody who don't need money. Okay. So I'm saying it to say I gave this sister, and when I say sister, she's black, but all my sisters are my sisters. I don't care what color you are. I want to make sure. I'm a black designer. I'm proud to be a black designer. But if you're on my channel, you're my sister. Okay. So if you're my sister, I'm gonna call you my sister. So whoever you is. So I don't want this to feel like it's a racial platform. This is a community platform that we're helping each other. Because at the end of the day, when your bills are being paid or your bills need to be paid, you don't care who spend money with you. Be real. If your yard need cutting, if a fireman come and he's a different race and he put the fire out, you thank him, right? So we got to get over this. We got to get into sister and brotherhood of caring and loving people that appreciate what we do and pay us for what we do. The book is Evelyn's Creations Bootcamp. Learn, create, inspire, and get paid. Okay. Now, if you have, I know a couple people that have this. They've expressed to me. They got machines, they got fabric, they got everything. I mean, and everybody that has told me this, when I listened to it, I said, that sounds like $10,000 over there. That sounds like $20,000 over there. That sounds pretty good. What if that was turned into cash? Wouldn't you feel good about that? Well, we finna do that tonight. We finna change those rooms that you have. If you're here tonight, this is a take action night. It's called Adapt and Overcome. Adapt and overcome. Now, what that means is adapt to your present situation. And your goals may be different. Everybody's on a different platform, okay? But at the end of the day, most of all those platforms are taken care of with money. If you get sick, you got to pay a copay if you have insurance. If your car go out of gas, you got to pay for gas. That costs money. If you need to take some time off from work, you got to take your sick time. They paying you because you already paid for it. So mostly everything is surrounded by some type of financial means. Okay. So what I told this young lady is, I said, what if you made $45 to $50 an hour? And she looked at me. So what I did, I took a yard of fabric and I cut it. And I cut her probably like some 16 by 16 pre-prep pillows. One pillow, $25, two pillows, two for $45. Then I blessed her with another yard of fabric. Okay. Now, if she was a member, she'd have got a better discount on the fabric. So hopefully you'll become a member tonight. But what I'm saying overall, you don't have to become a member. Become a member if you feel like this is for you. If you feel like this is for you, become a member. But adapt and overcome means, where am I and what do I need to do to get out of this situation? Now, that means you may like to crochet. All right. And you might like those. Remember when I had that hat on with all the frills on it? You might like to make them hats. But you might can sew a headband or crochet a headband quicker. Or you might can sew a headband quicker. Remember when we all made face masks and we were overqualified for that? But if you learn how to make the face mask, you made a lot of money. You couldn't keep up. We had to shrink our imagination down, our creativity down to something so small that was life-saving. So that's what adapt and overcome is about. Adapt and overcome is do something that people love. Everybody loves a hug. This is a pillow one of my students made. They didn't do it well, but you're gonna get the idea. Make a pillow. Okay. I want everybody this week to sell a pillow. Sell a pillow or sell a set of pillows. This is the season that everybody wants some comfort and they want their house to look nice. And it's nothing like going home and seeing a fresh pillow on the sofa or a fresh pillow in the back of your chair or a fresh pillow once you made your bed and you put a pillow on the bed. Okay, Evelyn, what does it have to do with adapt and overcome? It has to do with do something simple that you can sell quick. That's a big item that somebody has value. People don't mind spending $20 for a pillow, $25 pillow. I sell $200 pillows. I have luxury pillows. Okay, they don't sell that often, but I don't want people to come and say, I need some luxury pillows. I don't want those little simple pillows. I want something that some time has been put in. And it could just be because the cloth is more expensive. So when I say adapt and overcome, that means do something that is simple, that's quick. And what I told her, she said she didn't have much time. She has to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. She didn't have much time. So what I'm saying is, do you have 10 minutes? If you have 10 minutes, you can make $25 an hour. If you got 15 or 20 minutes, you can make $45 an hour. If you got an hour, you can make $200 an hour. Okay? With simply making pillows. So for this holiday season, right now, I can't keep up. I'm behind. I can't keep up. People are ordering. I'm like, oh, another order. Oh, I got to get this done. Oh, I got to get this done. Right? I'm going to tell you about the business part of this in a minute, but I'm going to tell you first, I got to get the business done. I got to get you to do some business to get you to that part where it means I can't keep up. Okay. Wouldn't that be a great problem? Wouldn't that be a great problem that you can't keep up? Well, when you get that can't keep up, I don't want you to get no anxiety. I'm going to tell you what to take when you get an anxiety over that. I got a great tip for all that today. But I want you to look at your inventory. Look where you can take this pillow and you can put a ribbon around it. Go right now. If you go to your favorite craft store or the big box store that sells a lot of stuff for Christmas, get those ribbons that are like $2 a roll. It might be three yards for $2 a roll. Okay, get those ribbons, make your pillows, and tie a little bow on it. And if you can, get some clear bags to go over it. And if you don't have any clear bags, if you got a local cleaners, you can get some from the cleaners. If you're a business, you can go to Uline and get some from Uline. A roll of rolls, you might get 300 for $50 or something. But if you take those pillows and you package them well, and you put a ribbon on it, or if you even take a pillow and put some like some vinyl on the back, and you have a nice look in front, and it'll fit nice and strong on a sofa, that's the best kept secret. Pillows, people love a hug. Oh, I feel good. You know what I mean? Or you like to sleep with a pillow through you. If you're having a hard night, if you done sewed a lot, and you're tired and your back is hurting, put a pillow between your legs. Put a pillow between your legs so that your knees will align with your hips, and that'll take the pressure off you. If you've been sewing, first I recommend a brace, but I also recommend when you go to bed, take a pillow and put it between your legs, and it will give you a really good night's sleep. So there's so many purposes for pillows, and I don't want anyone to miss out on it, because if you spend $20 or $25 or $30 or $50, you want to feel like you made a big purchase. Now, you can't hardly buy lunch today for under $12 or $15. So if you buy a pillow for $20, $25, they have something that they can keep for a very long time. So your nice fabrics, and fill the pillow to the corners. Don't shorten the pillow. Or if you know somebody who has a lot of pillows, you can do a pillow covering and put a zipper on it. Like if you're doing holiday pillows and you want the pillows to look different for somebody, someone said, "I just bought pillows." Well, you can make a pillow covering for it. All right. If you are in an area that has people who really love to decorate their houses for the holidays, you can take that fabric, go to Michael's. If you have a Michael's or a craft store that sells wreaths, the grapevine wreaths are about $3 or $4. Take that fabric, whirl around those wreaths. I'm selling wreaths this week too. They're buying wreaths on my site. Take that fabric, go around the wreaths, put some cherries or some frosted snow like acorns on it, and you'll sell a nice wreath. If you want to be low end, you can do $45. But if you go high end, I'm selling my wreaths for $120. Okay. Now the reason I have to sell them for $120 because you got to put in a really good box, you got to pack it well, and you don't want it smashed. So a lot of that money goes towards shipping. It could be $35 to ship it in a good thick box. Now, when you're buying boxes now, they got two versions. They got the cheap box and they got the real good accordion boxes. So if you buy a wreath and they're going to put it on their house and they want to invite their guests, it has to be off the chain. Got to be a statement. And then sometimes people put them little lights in their wreaths with a little switch on it. So I'm trying to tell you some things that we are overlooking. I'm telling you some things that we are overlooking. And we are overlooking the adapt. We want everything to be like we were taught, or we want everything to be like what someone else did. You don't have to do that. We're in a new wave of thinking and working. And the reason that I encourage everybody to start doing things without a pattern. Now, would you need a pattern for this? I mean, really? Would you really need a ruler for this? Would you really need to measure this? Come on now. You don't need to measure no pillow. When you look at the fabric and you see the fabric and you fold the fabric in half and you look at the size that you want the fabric, the pillow to be, you don't need a tape measure. You don't, unless somebody say, I need a certain pillow to fit in a cushion this size, is when you would actually take it and measure it. Excuse me. So when you start trying to measure every single thing, it's going to be like, oh my God, I gotta tackle this. Sewing's supposed to be inspirational. It's supposed to be healing. It's supposed to be energy. It's supposed to be accomplished. It's supposed to be finished. Okay. When you sit down and, when you sit down to sew, you're not sitting down to sew forever. You sitting down to sew to get it done, to finish it, to get paid, even if it's for yourself. If you're making some curtains, Miss T from Mississippi sent me some pretty curtains. Okay, Miss Brenda sent me a nice runner she did that out of her treasures. Finish it. Get it done. Make sure when you're doing something, get it done. Miss Miriam, she's making all these beautiful dresses. She's getting it done. Okay? So when you sew to finish, sew very short time channels. Now, when I say adapt and overcome, for those who like to specialize in making custom garments, there's a time and a place. Ecclesiastes. There's a time and a place for everything. If you only want to do custom garments, you have to do that when you got time. Okay? And I'm not saying just do the custom garments. I'm saying make up some quick stuff like pillows or blouses or shawls that you just wrap around your shoulder. Make up some quick items to keep your speed up, because once you start doing custom work, it's like being in traffic. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Wait for a fitting. They change their mind. They change their color. They do that. And I'm not saying don't do it, because it makes you stronger when you deal with somebody who's who's very undecisive, and you want to take on the challenge that say, I made this great dress. But don't get broke doing that. Okay? Don't get broke doing that. Now, this week I had a blessing. I'm talking about I had a blessing, and I had a lot of different things going on. I had a bishop that needed an outfit to preach in. I had to finish that up in 2 days. I had a funeral I had to do. I had to finish that in 2 days. I had some newborn baby clothes, and I had like three different sets of major energy in different ones. Three different ones. So first I did the bishop, the preacher. I got him done. He was happy. Pat on the back. Then I got this funeral, and this client called like twice, and like, hey, because if you ever try to reach me, I'm usually in it, and then I check my messages every 2 hours because I'm into what I'm doing. I'm in that creative mode. Well, she called a couple times and she wanted to come by. She came by and she said, listen, I need something for my boyfriend. My boyfriend died. I got to bury him. I'm like, oh my God, what? So I had to get ready for this. So she came in, I pulled some stuff. She told me the colors and she loved it right away. But he was a very tall guy. So I had to make some extra pieces to go with it because he needed a hat and everything. I think you guys saw the part of it. I didn't want to show the whole thing because he's getting buried this Saturday. So anyway, she was thrilled, happy, everything. She loved everything. I got through that. In fact, I had to give it to her late at the night after I closed. And then her mother said, you don't know who she is? I'm like, who is she? No, I don't know who she is. She just came in the store. I just met her. Let me tell you something. This sister, she was black, one of the top black designers that make all these clothes for like Wakanda, all these black movies, all these. I was like, who? What? Are you serious? She was the top dog, y'all. This woman was the top dog. She had just came from South Africa for 8 months, came home to see her boyfriend kickbox, and they hit him, and he died in the ring. And she was right there and witnessed her boyfriend's death. And she needed somebody to make the outfit. I'm like, I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got all these people. You know everybody. You're a designer yourself. I can't do it. She said, I can't do it. I need your help. I can't do it. But this was before I knew who she was. And I said, how did you do that? She said, I came in, I felt your vibes. I'm gonna tell all the other designers about you. Now I've always wanted to be, I did some small stuff in some movies, but I hadn't been nowhere where they want me 8 months to do all this stuff and go to these countries and be among the natives. So I give myself a pat on the back for passing the test. So what I'm saying to say, I've always adapted and overcame. When she came in and she needed an outfit, she just told me he died. She showed me a picture of him and she said, I need this and I have to fly back to New York tomorrow. Can you get it done? And I said, I should be able to get it done. But when I looked at what the measurements was, I said, that's not an average size person. Someone that's got a 37-inch arm, 37-inch. I said, that's just not human. She said he had really tall arms, really long arms. So I said, can you give me some more time and come after hours? And she said, yes, I'll come. I said, well, come about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So she said, okay, fine. But my point of telling the story is I didn't know her. I felt her pain. I didn't know she actually saw him die. I could feel something going on. And then her mother came and told me everything after it was done and paid. And she paid me double the price. Okay. Now I'm not cheap, but I'm not expensive, but I take tips. But I never got paid double the price. So when you adapt and overcome in your situations, you don't know what the Creator have you going through. And sometimes it's taxing, and sometimes it's frustrating, and sometimes you just have to say, wow. Because I'm going for a preacher, and the preacher missed his appointments, but I still got to get it done. Then I'm going to a funeral. They got to get it done because their flight leaves at 6 a.m. the next morning. Then I'm doing newborn clothes for the baby, unborn baby. I'm trying to say, Lord, you want me to make something for somebody that's not even here? So, your gift will make room for you, and you have to adapt to every situation, because at the end of the day, it pushes you up to be able to be a blessing. I'm saying all that to say the first chapter of the book is purpose. When you adapt and overcome, you know what your purpose is. What is purpose, Evelyn? What is purpose? Okay, I'm going to tell you what purpose is. Everybody on this channel, everybody looking, everybody that is alive has a purpose. When you know what your purpose is, you're going to soar like crazy. Look at me. Listen to me. Your purpose. What is your purpose? Just think of that word. Okay, let's tell you what purpose is. Okay, say if you see a bad accident, and some people say it was meant for me to see that, and you'll realize I need to do something. I need to be more careful. Okay, say if somebody did something and they accomplished something great, and you knew you had the same skill set, and you say, "Oh man, I was meant to see that. I could do that. I could do better. I can make life easier for me." Well, say you do it, like what I'm doing right now with you. I'm doing right now with you is I'm helping you find your purpose. I'm really here to help you find your purpose. So I'm here to teach you. I'm here to help you be creative. I'm here to help you be inspired, and I'm here to help you get paid. Now, when you do all of that, your purpose is to help somebody else. It is just like that. When you find out what you're good at and you do it to the best of your ability, it's going to help somebody else out. And in return, it helps you out. So just for instance, my husband, homicide detective, right? He solved some amazing cases. I mean, amazing cases. And he goes and he solved the case. And he goes back and he talked to the family and tell them that they found the person that murdered their loved one. And his purpose is to give them a sense of healing, a sense of closing the case. That's his purpose. That's been his purpose. Okay. When I make something for someone, and a kid came in yesterday, a kid, like 20 years old, I call it a kid. He needed this stuff done. I said, okay, when do you want it? I need it now. I need it now. I need it now. I said, what do you mean you need it now? I need it now, Miss Evelyn. I need it now. I couldn't find anybody. You're the only one I know. I couldn't find nobody in Orlando that do alterations. I said, well, okay, that'll be 20. Okay, but I need this done too. I said, look, I can't got time to do that. He said, okay, can I give you $50? I said, okay, I got time. I got time. So my purpose was to make him feel better. His purpose was to compensate me from taking me off the schedule from what I was doing, and to pay me and give me gratitude by financially blessing me that he got it done, and he had to be to a place and his stuff had to be nice and tight, just like that. Muscle guy. Okay. So my purpose is healing. My purpose is making people feel good with clothing, with having a business, with sewing, with embroidering, with alterations, so that's my purpose. And everybody on this channel has a purpose. Every single person looking at this, when you find out what your purpose is and you get into your purpose, you're going to soar. There's no doubt. There's no way you can fail. There is no way you can fail when you know what your purpose is. If you bake cookies, if you do alterations, if you pick up a needle and thread and somebody got a hole in their outfit, like I saw Fantasia. Fantasia was singing somewhere and she had a rip in her garment. Nobody on her platform had a needle and thread to fix her garment. So she needs to get someone to, people they bust out of stuff. It can happen to the best, the richest of the richest people can have a rip in their pants or something and they need some help. So when you find your purpose and you adapt and overcome every situation, what I'm saying to you tonight, every job you take is going to be different. No, no job is going to be the same. Especially like if you do alterations, if you want some quick money, you do alterations, and somebody say, I got a 32-inch seam. I don't do any alterations without them trying it on, because every designer have their own measurements. And I know men say, no, it's 32, it's 32, it's 32. It depends on where they wear their pants. Do they wear their pants above their navel? Do they wear their pants in the middle of their stomach? Or do they wear their pants under their stomach? Okay? Do they want their pants to have a break like the military? Do they want their pants to be even with their shoe? All of that has a different cut or slang. If they want the pants going down to the end, like a slope, like the Navy. Okay? So I don't do any alterations unless I have them to try it on. I don't care if they say just take it up. Just little kid come in. He's football. He want it tight. No, you gotta try it on. Let me see what it look like in it, so I can eyeball it. When you start eyeballing, that's what gets you into sewing without patterns. Everything come back without patterns. Okay. When you start looking at a picture that's crooked, and you can take that picture and it's straight, you can sew without a pattern, because your brain works different. Your brain looks at it. And what's so great about sewing is if you make a mistake, you sew some more fabric on it and get more creative. You don't have to sew everything the way the teacher taught you in your sewing classes. Most teachers won't even teach you without a pattern, without a ruler, without chalk. Today is survival skills. Now I'm teaching you, I'm gonna get blast for this. I'm teaching you how to survive. I'm not teaching you that you need this perfect room and everything gotta be, how you go look at somebody's room and they got all the angles hanging up and all of that. You can get somebody, I can teach a middle school or a 9-year-old how to make more money than somebody who got all that equipment up there. I'm telling you. I'm not saying you don't need it. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. I'm saying adapt and overcome to what's right now. If you need money right now, come and make some money right now. Make some pillows. Make some table runners. Do some straight stitching. Put some rhinestones on something with some little hot glue gun. Okay, just change it up. Change it up for survival mode. Change it up. Look at them stack of bills on your table. That's what I want you to do. Excuse me. Here's a stack of bills. The bills getting higher and higher and higher, and you keep doing the same thing the same way, and you got all these skills. And every time you look at the bill, have you noticed that the bills are coming earlier? Have you noticed that the bills are letting you know your bill is due in 2 weeks? Everybody, these companies are panicking because they're worried about how they're going to get paid, because they know you shouldn't be able to afford to live. And then this is the worst thing of all. I'm going to tell y'all something. Have you opened up your bills lately and they got a burial plot in there? It's like when you open up your bills right now, they have a funeral plot in there that say you can buy so much insurance for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. So they expected you to be overwhelmed. And you looking at, oh no, if he's gonna make it, I better go ahead on and buy this policy. Now you trying to pay your credit card off and they send you this funeral bill. And that's just like, don't make no sense. I don't need you sending me no funeral notice, because I'm finna get rid of this bill. So the reason that I want you to adapt and overcome is because I want you to be debt free. Now here's what I need you to say right now. If you want to be debt free, I want you to type, I am debt free. If you want to be debt free, I want you to say, I am debt free. Okay. You got all night to do it. If you don't want to be debt free right now, you don't have to do it right now. Because the power of the words is I am. Remember, I told you that last week? The power is I am. When you speak it, your mind don't know if it's for real or if it's fake. I am debt free. When you say I am debt free, you're going to attract the funds to kill the debt. And what we want to do is we want to kill the debt and we want to invest in the funds that we make so that it can create more money. Like we're going to have money for our bills, but we also going to have money to invest so those bills don't keep coming up. Okay? So that's what we want to be. I am debt free. I am debt free. I am debt free. I am happy that I am debt free. I am debt free. I can invest in myself because I am debt free. Now, you can't become debt free until you start changing some things that you're doing. You got to change some things. Look at everything in your sewing empire and look at how it can turn into cash. Can that be a pillow? Can that be a table runner? Can that be packaged? Okay. And when you do it, ask for the sale. You can't do boot camp if you don't ask for the sale. Now what we doing? We digging the ditches. We getting in the ditch. We aiming for the target, and boom, we gonna send them what we got packaging made, and they gonna buy it. That's boot camp. We gotta dig the ditch. We gotta get in the ditch. We gotta target what we want to attract. We want to attract somebody who want to get their house nicer. We want to attract somebody who want to get their living room nicer. We want to attract somebody who want to make their dining room table nicer, make their front door nicer. And everybody on this channel can do that. Every single person on this channel can make a holiday sale, whether you believe in the holiday or not. People are shopping at the house. People are shopping for the holidays. People are working extra hours, taking on extra days to buy something. Now, why are they buying something? Let's study that behavior. The reason that people are buying something is because when you work hard, you feel good when you buy something that you feel you deserve. I had someone to say to me, "You're talking about pillows?" Because I be writing down what I want to say, right? Before I start this. When I do this on live, I be writing all week on what I want to birth to you all. And she said, "I just bought 6 pillows the other day." I said, "What?" She said, "Girl, I saw them pillows. I bought 6 pillows." And I'm gonna tell you, one time I was out camping in the woods with some bears, Ocala, Florida. Ocala, if you're in Florida listening to me. And I stopped at this dollar store. It's called Dollar General. I don't know if y'all know a Dollar General. It's a black and gold sign, Dollar General. I went in there just for like a needle and thread. I was bored. I said, I'm gonna whip my pillows up, make them fluffier. And I saw some pillows that was there and they were in ethnic fabric. I bought every one of them. They were like $20 a pillow, but they were some nice big pillows. And I thought, oh my God, I can't get that fabric. I don't know if I ever find it. And they were bigger than this. They were nice big pillows, okay, that you could just curl up with. And so I was like, I'll feel good about sleeping out here and knowing I can't go outside because I saw a bear walk by. But anyway, I'm trying to tell you, pillow sale. Put that in your thinking cap. Put that as a feather in your cap. Make a pillow. If you don't sell a pillow, refreshing the pillows in your house. Do it for yourself and see how people appreciate it. If you let guests come into your house, see how they appreciate seeing that nice, fresh pillow. A pillow is good for men or women. It doesn't have a sex on it. If you make some nice pillows and they're themed for whatever the occasion is, that person might say, I like dark brown or I like this color. Actually, to be honest with you, when you see some nice pillows, you don't care what color they are. You just want a pillow. All right. So that is a secret sauce. That's a secret weapon that you can take. And then when you make these pillows, because I'm already speaking into existence, because you say you're debt free, right? When you make these pillows and you sell them, I want you to have an aha moment. I just sold a pillow. Oh my gosh, she was right. I just sold 2 pillows. Oh, Take pictures. Now, when you take these pillows and you want to sell them to anybody, work on your lighting. If you're selling them to people around you, work on your lighting. Take the pillows pictures if you're selling it digital, meaning like you're going to sell it to somebody who might want it, and get some good pictures of them outside in actually daylight, or put them on your sofa and open the blinds up so you can get some nice sunshine to come into the room to make them look good. Make the pillows look nice. Always when you're selling something online, put your hand on it. Put the nicest part of your hand on it, even it's like this. Okay, that means that it was handmade. Whenever you place your hand on it, makes it handmade. Now I'm finna slide over to these pros that's on this channel that got their websites, that's got it online, and they don't hear no sales. They don't hear no ching ching, ching ching, ching ching. Okay. The first thing you want to do if you're an online business and you need some help with your online business and you're not making the sales that you want and you're not making sales every day, first, I do offer coaching, and I do offer coaching for everything. So if you want that, I'll give you the number at the end. But if you're already online and you have an online store and you're not making sales, the reason you're not making sales is because you're not uploading every day. Okay. Why aren't you not? Why should I upload every day? Okay. When you have an online store wants to know if it can trust you. The algorithm, AI, which is for algorithm, which is it sees how you are moving. It sees if you are consistent. It sees if you are responding. If somebody asks you a question, do you respond to the answer? If somebody look at something and they want to know the size, and you didn't put the size in the description, okay? Did you correct that? So the algorithm is like, it's just like if you do some, when they say you do something in the dark, it'll come to light. Well, algorithm is if you didn't do something in the dark, it comes to light. It's just the opposite. It's like if you do something in the dark, come to light. But if you didn't do nothing in the dark, it's gonna come to light too. It's like, okay, what size is it? How many do you have? What colors do you have? Can you get it here tomorrow? If you can't respond to that, I'm selling something today in Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland one time, okay? But online got me in Switzerland. And they bought a scarf. How long is it gonna take me to make that scarf? Literally, that scarf is gonna take me about 10 minutes to make. And the fabric is a Mudcloth fabric. It's $75. Okay, 10 minutes to make $75. Now, of course, it's not all profit. But the algorithm, when she purchased that or he purchased that, it had all the answers: the length, the width, the size, and how many. Okay. So if you want to make money online, the best way to make money online is to have in your mindset that you need a minimum of 100 items. That doesn't mean that you need to have 100 items at one time. You need to have your goal set to have at least 100 items. Now, to get the algorithm to show you to people, you have to put an item in every day or item in every other day. So don't like have somebody over there, help me put all these things up. She said I need 100 things. No, the algorithm, it works on consistency. So when you start putting too much stuff on, it thinks that you are artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence will think you artificial intelligence. So if you're putting too much up, that's why they send you all these different codes to make sure you're a real person. And when it reads all the dots. Algorithm just read the dots. It don't make out what it means. It just read the dots. So if you put in the wrong phone number, that's why you won't get the right person, because it got to be exact. So when you start putting something in your site and you put something today, something tomorrow, or something today, something 2 days, but you got to be consistent. If you're going to do one a day, then do one a day for 30 days. If you're going to do one every other day, then do one every other day for 30 days. And by that time, you got 30 items in. Okay, when you get 30 items in, That's when you're going to start seeing a sale or two. Okay. Now, once you start making that sale, they're going to see, did you respond? And then also when you're putting the things in, go back and look at what you've already listed. They want to know, are you just putting stuff in the store? Or are you actually going back and reviewing your items? So when you're doing it online, you want to go back and review your items because it clocks how long you on your own site. And if you're not on your own site long enough, they just say, oh, they'll be here today, gone tomorrow. But if you stick with it, if you adapt and overcome and you stick with it, you'll start getting sales every day because people will say, like in fact, somebody told me this the other day. They said, I've been watching you for a couple months. I'm ready. I'm ready to get with you because they're seeing if I'm consistent. They're seeing if I'm genuine. They're seeing if I show up. Do you show up? Do you give value? Are you worth me looking to all night or once a week? You know what I mean? So when you show up on your algorithm, on your AI, on your online site, that's when people will buy and they'll keep buying and they'll keep buying. And when they keep buying, you say, okay, now I need to do this in another color. Or I need this to. You start going from can I make it to can I keep up? Can I make it? Or can I do more of the same item in a different color? Because your clients are going to want to keep buying from the same person because they trust you, right? Okay. I had someone tonight, Miss Hall, Miss Cynthia Hall, I'm calling you out. Okay. She said, I want to get something because I trust you. Okay. She trusts me because she's seeing me. She's seeing me. She know I deliver. She know I mailed her an order. She want to order another item. She trusts me. Okay. She's one of the members and she trusts me. Okay. So when the algorithm see that you shipped it, you put in the shipping number, it was received, you responded, then they're gonna send you more business and more business and more business. Now the trick is you got to have deep inventory or something similar. So if you sell something right now online and say it's a black and white shawl and you sell out, you say you got two listed and you sell out, okay, then what you need to do or what you should do, I got to make sure I'm doing collective correct. What you should do is find something that's close to the same color and do and upload it on that same list and just change whatever the words need to make it look like. Say if you had black and white plaid and now it's black and white specks or black and white circles. Change the verbiage on the site and upload it. Now, if you got two items that's black and white and this item is doing well, then go ahead and insert a new category in that site. And then they got a choice. They can say, okay, I want this black and white. I want that black and white. So the old black and white might be selling out and you only got two. And then the other black and white, you might have 10. And so what the algorithm is going to do is say, okay, since you don't like this one, you may like that one. Okay, so the algorithm, it likes to be fed. It likes to know that it made a sale. Okay, so when they show you another one, they say, okay, I'll take two of them because she only got two, but I'll take four of those since she only got two because I need something for all four of my clients or customers or girls or friends or whatever. So people are buying multiple items and they want to know if you have inventory. So now is the time, if you don't have a website, to start seriously thinking about having one, because when you start making your own items, you don't have to go with all the measurements. It's your style, your way. Whatever your pillow is, if you got a design and you like that pillow to be 14 by 14, that's your pillow size. You are in control. You are the captain of your ship. Okay, you take your measurements. You can say, I got 2 inches of foam or I got 4 inches of foam. And then people are going to say, well, can you make that in a slip cover for me? And you can say, yes. All you got to do is put a zipper in it and it'll go for any pillow that's that size. So online people, online that's already up and going and you're hearing the chirps and you're wondering why your store is not there. The first is you need more inventory. The second is to make sure you have great pictures. Okay. The third is your thumbnail. The thumbnail, the main picture, does it look well? Your description, is it well? And make sure that you want to show it either on something or in action. And that's how you're going to get them to start doing it. Now, the sooner you start with the first item, you want to make sure that once you do that, that you go to all your other items and you look at it from not from a personal look, but from a look as would somebody buy this. And if it's poorly done, or if the picture is dark, or if your description is not telling enough information, then you're going to see your sales drop. And your the algorithm, if you don't see a sale on your website, I got to give you the best website. You take my class, I help you out with the best website, the sites that I use. But if you don't see a sale on your site, unfortunately, you're not going to see a sale on your site, not soon anyway. Because what happens is if you keep loading up things on your site, then it's going to trust you. And if you say, I don't see a sale on my site, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to wait till I sell something. Well, that's when you lose. You lose when you give up. If you stick with it, adapt and overcome, you're going to get better. So my goal is to get you the best sales and to make you sales worthy, and to get from wherever you are in a house or a room or storage or a shed or a friend's house, to get, if you want to, in a brick and mortar. So you can have sales coming in the door and sales going this way. And therefore you can build your empire. The purpose of this, remember purpose, the purpose is when you meet somebody's need, you give them what they need. Everybody has a gift, and you're giving it to someone that needs that. Like the little kid, they need that. The funeral, they need that. The bishop getting ordained, he needs that. The mother that needs kids clothes for an unborn child, that's a need. Everything is a need. So Evelyn had a purpose. She had a purpose for being visible so they could find me. All right. So, but being online makes you visible to everyone. Okay. So we got 3 things done tonight. We got purpose. We got creativity, meaning change up the way you're doing some things. And then adapt and overcome so you can get paid, and get paid well, and learn how to do it faster. So if you're doing custom work, it slows you down. And then when I told you, it said when you have a problem with custom work and somebody driving you crazy, they're getting on your nerves, I want you to go to the grocery store and buy some ginger, some grounded ginger. It costs about $5. It's in the cake aisle. Get you some grounded ginger for them headache, because they coming. Somebody gonna give you a headache now. Somebody, you get a real customer, it could be a man or whatever. They gonna give you a headache. Get you some ginger, sprinkle a little ginger in a little bit of water, and drink it. It'll kill any headache, and it's natural, and it'll de-stress you. I have to give, when my clients come and give me a headache, they don't give me no headache. They give themselves a headache, and I give them the ginger. I said, come over here. Get this ginger here. You got a headache? Here you water. Let me pour you some ginger in it. Sit over there. Calm yourself down. It's just an outfit. You waited till the last minute. Now you want me to work hard. I got other clients. I got online people that's already paying me. They already paid me. I got to go to the post office. You know what I mean? So I try to do 2 orders a day. I try to do a pickup order, and I try to get anybody that came in an order to go out, because on my online store, I really try to make things that are very quick. And I'm gonna tell you something. Guess who's spending a lot of money, y'all? Guess who's spending a whole lot of money? I couldn't believe. Do you know that most of the people that are spending money online are over 70? From 70 to 80 years old, this clientele of 70 to 80, they are learning how to surf online. They're learning how to shop online. In fact, I was last night proofreading the book, because I'm doing the 30-day trial, so I'm making sure everything's right before I go to print. and my phone was pinging, and they were buying stuff. And one thing about 70-year-old clients, I'm gonna tell you this because I know some of you are 70 plus, right? 70-year-old people will always tell you their age. Hey, I'm 71. Hey, I'm 75. Hey, I'm 77. And I say, well, can you text me? Oh, I don't know how to text. So you teach them how to text, and then you teach them how to order. And then they say, I need this and I want it right now. And it's midnight. It's midnight. But 70, and they could be actually in different states or different countries because they're pinging, and I don't want to assume that everybody's on the same time frame I'm in. I'm on the East Coast, everybody. I'm in the time zone on the East Coast. But if you have something online and you become visible, there is a wave of grandmothers and great grandmothers that are shopping, and grandfathers. Um, I don't want to leave the men out because the men are shopping too. Men are watching a lot of stuff and they're shopping too. A lot of people are getting very comfortable with shopping online with people they trust. So if you have a trusted sticker or a what they call a star sticker by your name, that means that AI says she's trustworthy. He's trustworthy. He will take care of you, or and AI really want people that respond, which means you are human. Because if you buy something on Amazon, it's like an act of Congress to get a person. And then if they lose your package, they'll say, give me 24 hours and see if you got the package. Okay. So being an online person and being an elder, when I say elder, meaning they're over 65, or they're having, um, they're at retirement age and they want to shop online. It doesn't mean they old. They just reached the retirement age and they want to shop. Those people are shopping online with trusted companies and online shipping, on time online shipping. So don't forget when you're making your items that they can appeal to all ages, all sexes, all cultures, be an evergreen product. Okay, everybody likes evergreen products, something that don't expire. Now, if you got some fabric that you can make some Christmas pictures, Christmas things, that's good because people like stuff that look like Christmas at Christmas. But also make some evergreen products. Now, I'm going to take some questions. Okay, somebody said gonna get some ginger. Get some ginger. It will work. It says Constance has a question here. She said, how can I continue to put things on my website every day? I'm a hairstylist and I'm trying to make the items. Can you give me a suggestion? Okay, Constance, you are a hairstylist and you're making how can you put things on your website every day? Okay, first of all, let's deal with the hairstylist. Okay, you're a hairstylist. And hairstylists work a lot of hours. They listen to everybody's problems, and they're always, they always just work to the bone. Okay. First of all, this is the 10-minute rule. The 10-minute rule. And I would always suggest if you're a hairstylist, always have something in your booth that you sell. Okay. Don't just do the hair. Do a double Dutch. Okay. If you're a hairstylist, sell them some head wraps, sell them some hair bows, you know, or I mean, take something and make something that will go with them or their style. Okay. And then when you're a hairstylist, guess what? It don't have to be something that you made. Take a percentage of that money that you make and maybe go invest in some jewelry. Find you a wholesale person that sells jewelry. Or find you a wholesale person that sells really good oils. Women love to buy oils just like men buy oils. And then take that money and buy you some time. Okay. When you do the hair, say you make $100 a head. You sell some oils, that's $10 a bottle. You sell some earrings, that's $10 a pair. Quality on both ends. Quality hairstyles and quality product that you sell. Okay, they may not give you a tip, but they'll buy oil or they'll buy some earrings. And then when they buy that, you can make just as much money doing hair as you can selling your product, because they got to watch their product for an hour and a half or 2 hours. And they're not going to want to leave that oil there. And when you buy that, buy yourself some time, meaning that, okay, I'm not going to go in from 9 to 9 today or 9 to midnight today. I'm going to go in from 12 to 8. Use the money that you made from the product to buy you some time to invest in your business. Okay? And when you put something on your website, do the 10-minute rule. List it in 10 minutes. The next day, go back and review your listing and see where you can improve your listing. The first thing you got to do is get the listing on the site. Then you go back. Remember when I said go back and see your own work? Go back to your listing and say, oh, I spelled that word wrong. Or, oh, I need to add more to that. And that gives you more time in the saddle. That gives you more time with being on your site. Which the AI will say, hey, she's really trying to get something going here. Let's see if we want to send her some business. Because, see, when they send you the business, they're going to pay you in advance. And if you don't deliver, they got to take that back out your account and they got to refund the customer. So they don't want to give you a sale that they don't feel that you can fulfill. And when you buy your time from selling those odd items, you got time to do the delivery, or you got time to bring the items to work and let the mailman pick them up. Great question. Okay, I am debt free. I love all these. Someone asked, what are the websites you suggest? Okay, I suggest the website that I suggest as a designer is Etsy and your own personal website. And your own personal website, I would suggest doing one-on-one. But if you take my coaching and I'll tell you some different ways to get money, you can really have 4 or 5 ways to accept money. And those other ways will give you a free website. Now, I'm gonna explain this. Etsy is not easy, but it's the best one I see out there. And it develops you to be a great business person, because it makes you go through all of the spectrum on how people spend and how they spend money, and it rates you on how well you deliver, meaning put your packages together for somebody to buy from you. But you do need some coaching, because it could take you a long time to figure it out. But that don't mean it got to be me, okay? I would love to coach you. I would love to have you in my class, but it doesn't have to be me. You can find out who you want to be to coach you, but you need to know it, and you need to get the loopholes on how to work the AI and how to put your stuff out there, okay? And the volume that you need, because it looks at all that. It looks at pictures, production, how long it take. Like if you put something out that says you can do it in a day, and life happens and you can't put it out for 4 days, that's a strike against you. If you put out that it could be done in 4 days or 7 days and somebody want it tomorrow, that's a strike against you. But if you be consistent and you put it out that I could do it in 7 days and you get it done in 2 days, then your customer reviews will say, oh, I got it early, but life didn't happen that week. Like somebody didn't pass away, or you didn't have a doctor's appointment, or your battery didn't die in your car. You know what I'm saying? When life happens, it makes it difficult to make your deadline sometimes. So you have to give yourself more time. Where they say you want to deliver quicker than you say, but you don't want to put it quick if you can't. If you're making an item and they run out of elastic, you know how you go to the store, they don't have no elastic. Now you got to find elastic. Then you're going to be late. Okay. Then you got to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. Then they go, I don't want to hear it. Give me my money back. So we got to build up to that. So you're going to have to know how to finagle the website to make it good. Okay. Please like the video. It helps the algorithm. It brings more people to the video. I love that. Thank you. And I want to know how to say your name. That's Ngozi. You know, Ngozi, a Nigerian came into the store, and I told him, I said, I need to know how to say her name. And they told me to say Ngo. and say that's when they didn't really know how to say the name. So I was trying to ask somebody, how do I say that name? How do I say that name? Okay, this is another question. Okay, Constance want to book some counseling. We want to do that. Yes. If you want some counseling from me and you want to get started on your journey, I will definitely help you because I want everybody to make it. I know I can't help everybody, but if you get on this boat quick and you want to get going, because when I say that is, it don't happen overnight, but you got to get started, right? So you want to get started. The number is 407 590 8767. 407-590-8767. Now, that particular number, when your number comes up, I verify that you are a member. I can't really verify you are a subscriber, but I can verify you are if you are a member. And what I do is I will answer all of the members' questions first. And if you have a typical question, I will answer your question, but I answer the members first. Okay. That's the perk of being a member, because a member is probably working on something and they need some help right now. That doesn't mean you don't need no help, but I have to go in that order. Members are first, and then I can't tell if you're a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, just put S on there and I know you're a subscriber. And then I can do that the next line. Because I want to make sure you can finish your project. Because you may be about to get paid and you need to figure out something and you need to know how to do it right then. So that's how we do it. So the number I'm gonna give you the number again, is 407-590-8767. And also, Cynthia Hall gave me she called me today. I called her today, actually. I'll ask you, can I call you? I called her today, and she was saying, if I send you the link to pay, like if you want the treasures to make the things we're going to be doing. Now, the treasures are for the quilts that everybody that I hope ordered. I want you to send me what you've made on Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. I'm going to give you 3 days to get it to me. Whatever you've made with the treasures that you made, send me a picture and I'm going to post them on New Year's Day. I'm going to show everybody what you're doing. And when you send me that, just make sure you put me your city and state. You don't have to put your name. If you want your name, I'll shout your name out. But if you can tell me the city and state, I want to show how we went around the world with quilts. I'm so excited. So send me your items. You got until December the 26th, and you will send me those pictures on this number, 407-590-8767. Send me those. And if you guys can find me, because I'm gonna tell you now, I told you my husband homicide detective, right? Most of y'all are women and y'all know how to investigate. Y'all know how to find me. Y'all be finding me. I mean, I be like, how you found me, girl? I just looked over here, looked over there, and I got you. But anyway, you can find me. Send me the items. Send it in an email or send it in a text, and I want to print it out. I don't care. Look, if you are so busy that all you can do is one line, send me that one line. One line of those fabrics pulled together, and then we want to show it. We want to encourage everybody. We want to go around the world with all our treasures and show how you can do it. Okay. It's not too late to get the treasure box. The treasure box is here to stay. Okay, that's going to be indefinitely. If you want some treasures, and even if you take those little pieces of fabric, you can make some cute little earrings out of them. You can make some headbands. You can make some scarves. You can make some trim. So the treasures are never going to go out of stock. They will always be stocked. There will always be plenty of it in a box. And I try to make sure that I send you a mass to work with them. Okay. Another question that somebody asked, I want to expound on this. And the reason I'm longer tonight, first of all, I was at the radio station. You'll see that little short that I did tonight. And second of all, it's holiday season. So this is like, you got to get in it this week, you guys. You got to really get in it, and you can make some money. Okay. You can make some money. You can make some relationships. You can make some contacts, because in January is quiet unless you're already out there. If you're out there, you're going to be busy all year. You're going to be busier in Christmas time, and holiday season. But if you are just getting started, you're gonna be busy, then you're gonna have a little break in January, but keep posting and you're gonna make it. A question I had was asked about washing fabric. I don't have time to wash no fabric. And most people don't have time to wash no fabric. The young lady that came, she said she washed all her fabric, she get all this stuff done. Well, you know what? That's great if you can do that. When you go to the store today, none of your fabrics that you buy, none of your clothes, not even your underwear you buy is pre-washed. Sometimes, let me take that back. Sometimes you'll see something that say pre-washed, but really, is it really pre-washed? When they do all that, is it really pre-washed? It's to a certain extent because a lot of stuff is air dried. It's not really pre-washed, but they can call it pre-wash. So I don't really pre-wash for a couple of reasons. I don't pre-wash because I like the things to look new. When you pre-wash, if you don't wash it on the right cycle, it's gonna look aged and old. And when I say old, I don't mean OLD, like some people like vintage look. Okay. Depending on your clientele, they may like it looking vintage look, or they might like it looking new. So if you have something looking new, it will tend to sell faster, and then that person can wash it. Say if a person buy a pair of jeans and they say 100% cotton, which is rare to find because a lot of jeans have spandex, they will know that I need to buy a larger size because my jeans going to shrink up some. Okay, so I take that step out, and it doesn't reduce your sale if it says that you didn't pre-wash it. So that's, some people ask me, why don't you talk about pre-washing? I have a lot of allergies. Okay. That's why you see me coughing. If I'm around and a fan is on and I breathe it, I will cough. Okay. But I still like to get my things. I want to wear it. I want to see how it feels, how it fits. And then once I wear it, then I wash it. I don't buy clothes, or I don't, when I make my own clothes, I don't pre-wash my fabric. But that is a preference. Now, what you do for yourself is not what you have to do for your clients. Now, that doesn't mean that you are undermining your clients. Most of your clients don't expect you to pre-wash whatever you're making. Like I'm making a costume for this big old ballroom gown. And she was like, well, what happens when I wash it? I said, you don't wash a costume. You free breeze it, or you take it to the cleaners and they put it on a mannequin and they puff it out and they spot clean it and they give it to you. So you don't wash. Some things are not, you don't have to wash. Okay, let me read some more questions. Okay, Miss Gwendolyn. Hi, Miss Gwendolyn. Washing isn't necessary. You should make the item larger and compensate for pre-washing. Absolutely, Miss Gwendolyn. That's definitely. If and when you're washing something, you know, and you think you got 3 yards of fabric and it go down to 2 yards of fabric, guess what? You lost a yard of fabric. But if you're making something that doesn't require washing, like pillows, most people don't wash their pillows. You know, I mean, you wear the pillow real good and hug it. I mean, you can throw it in the wash, but you don't really wash your pillows. Okay. Somebody said please and thank you. Yeah, I like that. I like when you tell me thank you. I like when you appreciate what I'm doing. Okay, yes. And goes, you get a treasure box. Okay, the number for the treasure box again. Text me. This is how I do it. I give you the phone number. I Once I know and you know that I'm really the person, then we exchange your address and your email, and then that is private and it's not enclosed or given out to anyone, and that way you know who I am. And if you get my text back, I can either send you an email or I can send you a text. So whatever privacy level that you like me to take, I will take that to make sure that you get what you need. And then I actually send you a secured link to pay. And there's several different ways you can pay. The treasure boxes are $20 for the African print fabrics and $45 for the Mudcloth fabrics. And then we got a lot of new fabrics in too. I'm gonna show y'all that tomorrow. But the treasure boxes are $20 and $45, and the book is $28.95 if you want to order a book. Okay, so let's see. I want to make sure that I'm gonna go all the way to the top because there's a lot of you all on the night. Um, a lot of hellos, a lot of kisses. Tatwina Gilder, thank you. Pink, thank you. Gwen, thank you. Miss Gwendolyn. Vanessa, all right. Vanessa, I read your name correctly. Ooh, thank you. um, Miss T again. Miss T making curtains, y'all. She making curtains. You know what? Do you know that's an untapped that's something that can sell a lot and it takes hardly any skills. I mean, when I say take hardly any skills, that means it's a straight line. No tucks, no this, no that, no this, no that. You can make some money selling curtains and you can build your own price. And you say the fabric and the color. And she showed me these curtains and they are beautiful. I love it. And I sent you some more. Your curtains were so nice that I sent you some more fabric. You should have got it by now. If you didn't, it's coming. I sent you some fabric. I mean, when I see something that you've done and you've ordered something from me, I'm really a giver. Like if I see you see that you did something, and I'm like, you might want to add some pillows to the couch, or you might want to do this. Can I send you some extra fabric? And of course, you should say yes, and I'll send it to you because I like to give. Um, this is I'm just saying. By the way, I love that. Hi, making pillows as I watch. I listen, make them pillows and sell them. I was working in Detroit, Michigan one year, and I bought a whole bunch of pillows. The pillows just said, "Hey, come with me." I had flew them pillows back home with me. I did. I love pillows. Okay, this one is from LV Darden. I have the machines, the fabric, the supplies. I'm a business owner, and my issue is time. I love sewing, but I always also have my healthcare business. Okay, this is how you make time. Then this is a male, you guys. I love this because he comes on. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Okay, how do you make time? You carve out 10 minutes and you start with 10-minute projects. Okay, I like to feel like I accomplished something. Okay, so Evelyn, I cannot make a 10-minute outfit. Okay, if you can't make a 10-minute outfit, see, can you cut? How many items can you cut in 10 minutes? Put yourself even on a timer on your phone. All right. And so if you have a hard time with time is something you can't get back. Okay. It's just really hard to get time. Take take 10-minute segments and then do your cutting. Take another 10 minutes to sew your straight lines. Because if you want to make money, you got to have volume. Have you ever been to a store and only had 4 items? You got to look at yourself as a business. Look at yourself as a store. And your store is this small and it's got to start growing like this. So you got to build inventory so you can grow your store. Okay. So the only way you can grow your store is in small fractions of time. So if you do 10 minutes at a time, say I'm gonna cut today for 10 minutes. When you go out, you feel like you did some exercise because you did 10 minutes. Then you come back and you sew just sew your straight lines. Sew things that you don't have to think a lot about when you sewing to get in that 10-minute rut. And then if you can do 10 minutes a day by the end of the week, you can have all 5 of those things completed. Don't expect life to give you big blocks of time. It's only 24 hours in a day, and you got to sleep, you got to eat, and you got to rest. Okay. So when you need time, start with 10 minutes. Leave your sewing machine set up. Leave a light by your sewing machine. Leave it plugged in. Turn the machine off. I would suggest don't even cover the machine over. You know how you can cover it so it don't get dust on it? Leave that machine, that cover off of it, and have the chair sitting there waiting for you to come sit in it. Like Have the chair and say, hey, I'm waiting on you. Come on here. Give me some attention and do that. And you'll be okay. I promise you, you can do it. Okay. Now listen to this. Now he asked me that question about he having time. And then after that, he said, I sold 2 blankets with custom embroidery Bible verses on it. See there? Now what you do, you make your blankets, you cut your blankets, and then you do your embroidery, and then you make the sale. So do all your blankets. Now what if you'd had 10 blankets? Cut 10 blankets. This week, this month, do 10 times 2. Sell 20 blankets. People love Bible verses, especially I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. If you put that on something, I can do First Corinthians. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Okay, I mean, you could be your favorite verse, but people love Bible verses. A good problem to have. Yes, a good problem to have is when you got so much business you can't keep up. And that can come with anything, baking cookies or anything. Okay, Pink is good. Okay, I opened my Etsy shop yesterday. No views or sales yet. Now, if you open your shop yesterday, this is for Pink. Your shop is, like I said, okay, who is this? Who is this? Who is she? What is she doing? All right. Keep putting stuff on your site. Look at your description, and then check out your competition. Don't make it too cheap. Don't make it too high. And check out your volume. If you put something on your Etsy site or you put something on your website and you only got 2 items, you gotta get up. If you put on your Etsy site and you can say, I can make, now when you put some on your site, it doesn't need to be that you already have it made. You have the capacity to make it. If you put on your site and you start putting it, you got 10 items on your site, then they're going to say, okay, she got 10, she got 1 item, she got 10. Don't put too many things on your site quickly because it won't believe you're a human. So you have to do slow and easy. Respond, check on your messages, and take it slow and easy. And that's how you're going to do it. It's going to take a little while to get there, but you got started. And that's a pat on the back. You got started. Okay. If you need some coaching, let me know. Okay. It said, this is Vandari. This is okay. He said, I need to bring my sewing and my current business together. It sounds like you already did. It sounds like you're already doing it because you said you do healthcare and you sold blankets. So I'm figuring that you probably already doing it. And what we got to do is we got to get more items made before you merge them together. Because you're like this right now. You got this much work and this little time. So, and only way you're going to balance that is that you have more inventory to sell that you can take time off to do the job and y'all are together. You know, that's like we said, don't quit your day job till you got another job. Don't try to merge them until you got it as equal. If you got enough inventory made up that you can make the same salary per day, then that's equal. But remember, you get paid, your salary is increasing every day. So you got to get those pockets of times. If you're doing embroidery, just embroidery. And then do some pictures and pre-sale your orders. Because if you pre-sell it, then you're going to need a whole lot of time because you got all these orders to do. But that's a good problem. Okay. It says, I'm trying to get it done. You're going to do that. Look, I want everybody to help me with this word. Stop saying trying. Let's try not to say that word. And while we do it, say, we won't say trying. We are doing. We are working it. Okay? Trying is a word that casts doubt. That means if you fail, you can say, at least I tried. This boot camp is we're going to survive. So I consciously, every time I say that word, I cringe because I know I can do it. So I want everybody to try to take the word trying out and say, we're working on it. And what we're doing is we're feeding our brain positive words, positive words. All our words are going forward. We're not just trying anymore. We're doers. We're getting it done. We're getting paid. Okay. uh okay, y'all, I bought a fabric treasure box today for $20. I feel like I treasured myself to an expensive piece of jewelry. Thank you. And I really try to give you some good stuff in there. I try to show you. And listen, all these boxes that I'm sending out, these are boxes that I've treasured and I've made garments out of, and they're well kept. And they got some secret ideas in there. So it's some good stuff. Um, this is, I can't believe I actually made it to a live. You made it to a live. It says, even if it's almost over, thank you for Miss Evelyn. You know what? Tonight is longer because we had a Thanksgiving break and we had a day that we normally don't come live. And then I had to go. They called me to the radio station about my book. And I didn't want to miss out on this great audience because it's the peak time to be on the radio at night. So I went over and did that. And I'm giving you some extra sauce tonight because I really feel tonight is a pivotal point on our channel. I really feel tonight being on the Evelyn's Bootcamp challenge and doing this tonight is it's like the beginning before the storm for the holidays, and everybody's gonna be busy. Everybody's gonna be doing stuff, making stuff. Whenever you're out, be like a spy. Look at what's being sold and go to places you don't go. Like say if you already got your Christmas decorations or you don't even do Christmas, go down those aisles and see what you might could use in your gift. Like I was looking for some trim for a hat, and I said, "Oh man, all the stores don't have it." And I went down the decorating aisle for Christmas, and I saw some beautiful ribbon that I sold on the man hat, and it was perfect. So what I would have been looking for in a fabric store, I found it in the Christmas aisle. So I want you to be like a spy and look for things that you wouldn't normally be. No, you already probably got plenty of Christmas stuff, but look for some things that can help you make a Christmas wreath or help you make something that can go on to something, and it's on a low price that you can't find it unless it's at Christmas time. So now when I look for ribbon, I'm gonna be going to looking at all these places that got ribbon, and I'm gonna go after Christmas when it's like 75% off, and I'm going to get those things so I can have it because I can use some ribbon on something all year. I surprise myself, so I'm glad. I want to be surprised. I want to adapt and overcome. Right? Okay. Miss Gwendolyn said, "Praise the Lord." If you don't know me by now, I am a faith-based person, and I actually have atheists that work for me. Can you believe that? Okay, we got to do a joke every night. This ain't a joke, but it's serious. I have two atheists that work for me, and they're great people, and they're managers. And I realize that my life is to show them my belief in God. So when you see things and I say God and praise, other people might call it other things, but that my whole life is my purpose is to please God. So when I say something, I don't want to sound what they say over religious. I just tell it like it has happened to me. To have sold and made so many things from sewing with a Walmart sewing machine, you guys would not believe. You will not believe what I have accomplished in my life from sewing with a Walmart sewing machine. You see all these lights behind me? This is only like an eighth of the store. And every single thing. You see all those jewelry stands right there? Every piece of jewelry, every mop, every item that I use to clean the stores, every trash bag, every item in the employees' break room, every single thing I have even the chairs that I'm sitting in. Now, this chair here, let me show you this chair. This chair here, it happens to be, it's a nice chair. But this chair here happened. One guy left. He got so upset about he didn't make no money. He threw away all his chairs in the dumpster in the back. So we grabbed the chair. Everybody in the stores, we like, hey, you want some chairs? And we grabbed the chairs. But what I'm saying to say is that every single thing, properties, houses, the taxes, motorcycles, boats. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying when I need a break and I wanted something, I mean, we bought a boat so we go fishing. If y'all seen the fishing commercials, and you can too. You can do it. You can do everything and don't feel like you got to have an expensive sewing machine. You can make millions. You can make millions sewing with a basic sewing machine. If you can carve out 10 minutes of your time, and I call it quiet money. One reason I call it quiet money because everybody don't see you making money. They see me now because I'm in a big mall, but everybody don't see you making money. When you sewing and you get your packages together and you shipping them out. I don't know if I told you this, but one time they thought I was a drug dealer because they said, how's she paying all them bills and nobody go in there? And they said, you don't see her at night when you go to the post office. When I did a short this week and I went to the post office, um, one lady was out there and I said, what do you sell? She said, seasoning. I said, what? She said she had a bag like Santa Claus from one order for one day of seasoning. Now you know how small a bag of seasoning. I got a feather, but a bag of seasoning is a small bag like this. Okay. That lady had a bag. It was so heavy. She was asking people, hey, can y'all help me? Because they finna close the post office. We dragged all them heavy seasoning in there. I said, what are you saying? She said seasoning. So I'm here to tell you, adapt and overcome. Stop thinking that it's got to be difficult to make money. Everything in your surroundings is wealth. Everything around you can turn into wealth. Everything around you can give you what you need so you can survive. And when you do that, you'll find your purpose. Your purpose is to help somebody else out with your gift. And I thought what I knew was purpose. And when I looked and read all over to find purpose, everywhere I read purpose, it just led you to a dead end. I said, no, this is purpose. Purpose is if you're a plumber, you help somebody. If you're a policeman, you run the danger, you help somebody. If you're a fireman, you run the danger, you help somebody. If you're a seamstress, you solve a problem that they need right now. Whether it's choir rolls, whether it's fixing a patch, whether it's sewing a prom outfit, you serve a need. You just got to tweak it to the kind of clientele you want that's going to pay you what you desire and you deserve. Okay? So purpose, create, inspire, get paid. And when you do that all together, you can do it. But you don't need a fancy sewing machine. Look, when you crochet, all you need is that little stick, right? All you need is that little stick. And you make people that's crocheting getting paid. People that's making pillows getting paid. People that's embroidering is getting paid. Now you just got to get your customer base right. Get your customer base, get your clientele, get off of social media and get on the website. Because if you get on the website, you're going to have 63 million potential clients. Okay. If you get on the website, you're going to have 63 million potential clients. If you just stay on social media and your neighborhood, you're going to just have maybe a couple thousand clients, potential clients. Now, if you say, well, I don't want to be mailing anything. Well, they have what they call digital products. If you want to do something digital, they just pay you and you send it to them. But I don't do digital products yet. I prefer to sell something tangible. And it's still easy because you can make it. You can get your boxes shipped to your house and your mailman will pick up your package for free. So you can still make money from your house and sell to anybody all over the world. If you're watching me, you can sell to anybody over the world because they're going to find you. And you don't know when people are ordering, you don't know where they're from until they put the address in. And when they put the address in, you're gonna say, "Oh my God, that's from Switzerland." Sometimes I'll be typing up something and it says Switzerland, or it say Germany, or it say Italy. I'll be like, "Oh man, you saw me over in Germany, you saw me in Italy, you saw me in Spain, you saw me in Portugal." So you never know. Somebody needs what you have, but you got to be where they can find you, and they can't find you always. Barely can they find you on social media. Now, some people are saying I make money on TikTok. It's still a short window. When you do a website, it never comes down. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is a very short window, maybe like 2 or 3 days, and you're gone. When you put it up on YouTube or YouTube or your website, it's there indefinitely. It doesn't go away. So that item you listed, you just go back and refresh it and make sure it's right, but it doesn't go away that it's not visible. People can see you might sell something next year, Pink, that you put this year. It might be out of season right now, but then next year they're gonna want it. So don't take it down because it only costs 20 cents to put it only costs 20 cents to put something on Etsy. 20 cents. 20 cents. Okay. But they get you when they buy, they get you when you sell, because you got to make sure you got the price enough to pay the fees for them to find your customer. That's where you need the coaching at. Because if you're trying to be cheap, when I say trying to be cheap, meaning you're trying to sell something the same price as everybody else, and you say you put it up there for $15, and they take 25%, and they take monthly fees, and they take that, and they send you $6, you're gonna say, "What? $6?" So that's when you need the coaching. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think I answered everybody's questions. I think I want everybody to say before we leave tonight, is it correct? That's how I come up with my best designs by mistake. Yes. It's not ever really a mistake. It's just a U-turn. Because when you do something, you know, you you really find out a better way to do it, or you find out how not to do it. Okay. You say, "Oh, I can do this way." Okay. Before I go tonight, everyone, first of all, thank you so much. I have to do the spiel again. If you want to be a subscriber, please subscribe. If you want to be a member, please be a member. If you like the book is $28.95. Pre-order your book. It will be a bestseller. And the number is 407-590-8767. And before we leave tonight, I want everyone, if you haven't, I want you to type, "I am debt free." I see many of you have done it. I am debt free, because what I want you to accomplish is the monies that you didn't think you would have, and now you have the money to pay that bill. And this is how I want you to do this. This is what I want you to learn tonight. I'm got my pillow right here now. I want you to, when you make this sale that you're getting ready to make, this sale, I'm first make a pillow for yourself so you can hug yourself. Okay. I want you to, when you start making the sales this week, the hairstylists, the new Etsy stores, the person that's making something. I don't care if it has nothing to do with sewing. I don't care if you bake some cookies, because I had a lady that sold cakes to buy my garments. And she said, "I don't want to break," because she worked too hard. So she would sell cakes, call it sock it to me cakes. But what I want you to do tonight, I want that bill that's trying to get to you. You know how we got them bills that's be waiting on you in the mailbox or waiting on you online? I want you to start looking at those bills, and I want you to take your sales and pay it the same day that you get the bill. When you say "I am debt free," we have to change, we have to adapt and overcome. We have to stop waiting on payday, because when you sew in your craft, every day is a payday. Every day is a payday. You don't have to wait for Friday. You don't have to wait for every 2 weeks. You don't have to wait till the first of the month. Every day is a payday. So this class tonight, Adapt and Overcome, I am debt free. The bill that comes in your mail tomorrow, this weekend, next week. Sell something, take part of that sale if it's a small bill and pay that bill. Don't wait to payday to pay that bill. Pay that bill with something that you sold from your hands. And when you do that, you're gonna say, wait a minute. Say like gas bill might be your cheapest bill. Gas might be $100. It could be $50. Okay. And they have these programs where you have it itemized. But them small bills that you start to get, take your sewing money or take your art money or your crochet, your embroidery, or whatever your skill set is, whatever that you could do that generates you some income that it didn't come on a paycheck. Take that money and pay that bill. And watch how you see how you got money left in your check. Watch how you see how you got money left in your check. And then after a while, what's gonna happen is the money that you make on the side gonna pay them bills, and your check gonna look like this, and your craft gonna look like that. And that's when you start making decisions about which direction you want to go in your life. Okay? Because when I started my business, I worked for Disney. And my little sewing money was like this, and my paycheck was like this. And then my paycheck, I started paying this bill. I used to work out with this white guy, and he told me this. He said, "How you doing?" I said, "I sew, I make this, and da 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 da." He told me we was on the treadmill running, and he said, "You know what you need to do to make money, young lady?" I said, "What?" He said, "Pay your bills the same day it come in." I said, "What? Who do that?" I was like, who got that kind of money? My bills, I didn't have money to pay not one bill when it came in the mail. I mean, I really didn't. I had to wait till payday to figure out who was going to get paid and who was going to be delayed, you know? But then he said, that's how you become debt free. If you start paying that bill the same day it come in, then you'll become debt free. Don't wait. And then before you know it, you be saying, oh, I got an extra $1,000 in the bank. I got extra $500 in the bank. And then you start making money, and then you can invest in another place so that money can keep making you money. So when you want to become debt free, you have to unlearn some things. And then you say, well, that bill ain't due until the 20th. And it came on the 5th. Pay that bill on the 6th. That bill's not due until the end of the month. Then pay that on the 6th. Now I'm gonna tell you something else. Now this is controversial, and I have did this before. If you have a mortgage payment, and I suggest everybody have a mortgage payment. I want everybody to be a homeowner, have a mortgage payment, because a mortgage payment give you leverage. Okay, it helps you build your credit. And if you having a struggle, long as you pay your mortgage by the end of the month, it doesn't go on your credit report. It might be a $20 or $30 late fee, but it doesn't go on your credit report. But once you start really working and you need some money, you can borrow from your mortgage, not taking a loan or a line of credit. Say like your mortgage is, let's say if mortgage is $1,500. And we had a video where we said, can you count on yourself? If you know you can count on yourself and you can make some money and you can get this job done, and if you pay your mortgage, you can't finish up buying the supplies. As long as you can take what you need from your mortgage and then pay your mortgage by the end of the month, it might cost you $35 to borrow your own money, but you didn't hit your credit. You got the job done and you made way more money than the mortgage. Okay. So that's the way you have to leverage some things. I'm not encouraging you to do it. I'm telling you what I have done. And I own my own business and I needed money for supplies, or somebody came in with some great fabrics and I needed to buy the whole van and I was short a couple $1,000s. I would take one of my mortgage payments and because I buy properties, right? And two of the properties that I own, I still have mortgages, but all the other properties I have are paid for. But those are low interest mortgage rates, low interest like 3%. And it's not going to be a big late fee. And I would take that and I would leverage that to do what I got to do so I could grow my store, or I could have what the customer is asking for. It's nothing like a customer asking for something and you don't have it. And if they come and you got it, they buy more. If you ever notice that if you say you got something, like if you go to the store to get something, have you just came out with that one item or did you come out with more than that item? That's how your business is going to be. So if you start doing this, and this is where I got to do my coaching for you. If you start lining yourself up right and you get some of the right websites and the right credit card terminals, you'll be billing credit and you won't have to do that. They'll instantly be giving you, here, you need 5,000, here you need 10,000, here you need 40,000, because they see you making money. And when they see you making money, they want to give you more money. They want to give money to people that's making money because they know you have the means to pay them back. Okay, so that's what we got to do. We got to start paying the bills as soon as the bill come in. You're gonna be saying, "What? Oh my God, that little black woman." I'm doing a racial thing now. I am doing a race. I'm a black woman, but I'm telling you some secrets that help me. If you take that bill and you pay it the same day, you'll be like, "Oh my God, I done paid my bills, and it's not even the end of the month." It takes a little time, but if just try it with one bill, try it with your smallest bill. Pay that bill as soon as you get it in the mail with the money that you made from your hands, not the money that's in the account. That's your motivator to make you go and work and say, I'm going to sell something because I want to pay a bill off today. Wouldn't that be great? So, y'all, we did a record tonight and we got a record number of people on here. I'm so glad you're here. It's almost 11. I'm still at work. I'm probably gonna work about 30 more minutes and then I'll go home and I'll rebirth this night and see how good and how great. I'm so glad that you guys are becoming debt free because that's a blessing. When you become debt free, your body is feeling better. Your brain can breathe. You can sleep well. You feel good that you accomplished that. And the only way we can be debt free is if we start taking away some of the pain of the bills. You know what I mean? Some people on the channel are very wealthy. I'm not saying everybody on the channel is struggling. There are some very wealthy people that's watching me tonight, and they will say, "Okay, yeah, you're right. Try to pay that bill when it come in," and you can do that. And as you build your business, though, you get 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, because all businesses cannot pay their bills at that time, and those companies will give you 30, 60, 90, and they won't charge you extra. They won't charge you late fees. And that's what you want to do. And then we got to go over the credit thing. So if you pay something late, call and say, "Hey, man, I made a mistake. Can you take that off?" Sure. No problem. Let's get this credit score up so we can buy these properties and not have these high interest rate and definitely not have 50-year mortgage. All right. All right, everybody raise your hand. I am debt free. Woo-hoo! I will see you all later this week. I'm going to show you some new fabrics that just came in. All the people that ordered, when you do order from me, I do ship the next day, except the book. The book is a 30-day pre-order thing, and then we will thing. It's better than thing. It's a it's a it's a great birth. All right. Love you all. I enjoyed tonight. It was great, wasn't it? All right. Talk to you later. Bye.